Kings and Queens, Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support to give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you my esteemed subscribers. You love, celebrated, and appreciated. Alright, Majesties, today I bring you news of great joy coming from our King Ibrahim Traore. Yes, of course, you know, whenever I talk about the Sahel, I told you that I'm always happy, I'm always elated, and these are the reasons. Now, why is it that you won't just love this guy? You can't help it. There is no other way. Anyway, the information have been circulating. I believe some of you have heard about it, but I said, okay, I'm just going to take my time a little bit and bring you the information as it is, right? Now, oh my goodness, I'm so happy, right? Ibrahim Traore rejected houses of worship. Yes, houses of worship for schools, hospitals, industries, etc. And there are people who would ask, why should Ibrahim Traore reject a place of worship? Of course, when you say a place of worship, we are talking about mosques that the Prince of Saudi Arabia had offered. He offered to build 200 mosques in Burkina Faso, 200 of them. Like, these people have the money to spare. But I didn't think of sparing this money for Africans to be intelligent, for Africans to be independent, for Africans to, depend on themselves and not other people. But they only have this money to spend for Africans to, keep living in religion, dividing themselves in religion. When I tell you that religion is the truth, most of you get angry and say, oh, Abigail, you hate religion, you what have you. But just take a look at this. Saudi Arabia have money to spare. And do you know the shocking thing? This offer of Saudi Arabia was not just for Burkina Faso alone. They offered to help different African countries with one thing or the other. Okay? Now, the shameful thing I was talking about was Saudi Arabia offered to send into Nigeria about 100 tons of dates. 100 tons of dates, and the Nigerian government accepted it. They didn't offer for another thing. Also, okay, this is not what we want at this point. Mind you, this is a fasting period for the Muslim faithful. So sending 100 tons of dates is just to help them with, of course, most of the times when they are breaking their fast, they use they eat mostly dates, right? And the Nigerian government accepted it. They didn't opt for other things, other important things. Do not get it twisted, because I know some Muslim faithful will come here and begin to act somehow, getting angry that Ibrahim Traore rejected mosques, because I've seen comments where people are still angry that Ibrahim Traore rejected mosques and opt for schools and industries. Your Majesties, this is the rate at which religion is eating us, is destroying us. But Ibrahim Traore saw beyond today. He saw the greater picture. What would mosques do for my people? If my people want to serve or worship the Creator however they want to, in any way, they can do it anyway, anywhere. Okay? Mosques will not benefit the Burkina Faso in any way. This young president realized this. If it were other African leaders, the older ones, remember that our friend Kofi that was seriously accusing Ibrahim Traore as a criminal, bringing out different what have you, that Ibrahim Traore break rules, is a tyrant, what have you, he took power by force. If it were leaders of African people, the older ones, they would have accepted this. But this young man that people have tagged as a criminal, as a tyrant, as a coup leader, as what have you, he understand it to the point that religious buildings would do anything to help my people progress. Schools will, industries will. And this is exactly the information I'm bringing to you here today, Your Majesties. I'm just so happy, I'm elated at this point. I just want to share this information with you. And I want to leave you into the news now. You hear people's opinion, you hear what people think about the decision that Ibrahim Traore had made. And you can also leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. What do you think about Ibrahim rejecting this offer and opting for, schools, for factories, for industries and the rest of them, Your Majesties.
On now in international news, Burkina Faso's president, Captain Ibrahim Traore, has reportedly declined an offer from Saudi Arabia to build 200 mosques, instead urging the kingdom to invest in projects that directly benefit the Burkinabe people. He emphasized that the country already has more than enough mosques, many of which are underutilized. He's called for investments in schools, hospitals, and job-creating businesses. And he's stressing that there's a need for development initiatives that promote self-reliance and long-term tangible progress. Very interesting, because same Saudi Arabia at the beginning of the Ramadan period donated 100 tons of dates to Nigeria. We happily collected it, but we have to ask, how is this going to help national progress? That is the question. Dabino, I don't know. It's important to really prioritize practical needs of the populace over symbolic projects, and I think that's what the president of Burkina Faso is trying to, the type of message he's trying to send. But let's take one tweet for lack of time. Prof. Ann Lopez says, why would they want to build 200 mosques and not schools and hospital? I want to direct this story to Ibrahim, because you are a Muslim. What do you make of this? You know, Saudi Arabia said this is part of their humanitarian efforts on behalf of the worldwide Muslim community.
Yes, most definitely. They've been trying to, they built mosques for several places in Nigeria, Ghana, mentioned all of this. But I think I love what the Burkina Faso's military head had done, because if you look at them, there are 23 million people there in the country. 68% of them or thereabouts are Muslims, Sunni Muslims to be precise. It means that they will have substantial mosques around. In fact, what I will advocate, what it should be, is that there should just be one mosque per street or one mosque per community, so that the essence of mosque is to get people together, form a community, not having mosque from one street to the other and other. Let them build schools, let them build infrastructure. Just like I quoted earlier on, Thomas Sankara, back in the day in Burkina Faso, he said, do not just give us all of these things. We need machinery, we need plows, we need what to use, all of the systems that we need to, make ourselves developed in the country. So I'm on his side very well.
Mm-hmm. And it makes a lot of sense that he prioritized the people. And if you check history, our colonial masters gained incursion into Africa through religion. And this young man is saying, look, we have mosques already. Build us schools, build us those things that we need that will make us improve. It's 2 thumbs up for him.
Absolutely. Thank you both very much. I want to ask, please, that you guys chime in on the conversation. If you think that you have an interesting perspective that you'd like to share with us, please, I keep asking every single day, tag us with the hashtag TrendingNowTVC on any social media platform. I promise that we are listening.
Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso kept making Africans proud, especially the young people of Africa. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, called Ibrahim Traore and offered to build 200 mosques this Ramadan for the people of Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore appreciated him extensively for this gesture, but instead offered an alternative. He said, Crown Prince bin Salman, we really needed your support, but then what we want is not building mosques, because we have several mosques in our country, and as a Muslim myself, I know that mosque is very important, but our people can take care of themselves when it comes to praying. What we want you to do, Crown Prince, is that build schools, hospitals, and factories. Because our people need to be educated, they need to be healthy, and they need to get jobs. I really like that. I really like that he makes us, the young people, proud. And that is why I keep saying that we, the young people in Africa, we need a complete generational shift in leadership. All these older people are always taking decisions based on selfish interests, selfish desire, and thinking about what to bequeath for their grandchildren. Not themselves. Not putting a legacy or very big footprint, because their ambition is over. They are old. All they care about is their own family, not any other person else. And that is why it is very important for us to have a generational shift of leadership, as demonstrated by Ibrahim Traore. If all Africans can bring down the age, of voting, and then look for younger people that cares about the future, that are ambitious, that are decisive, then we will have escaped most of the problems we are having. I really appreciate what Ibrahim Traore said, and I think Burkina Faso is actually very lucky. Long live Africa.
Burkina Faso's revolutionary leader, Ibrahim Traore, the youngest leader of any country in Africa, was just offered by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia to allow Saudi Arabia to build 200 new mosques in Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traore is a Muslim man, but he responded to Mohammed bin Salman with a different suggestion. He said, "I greatly appreciate your offer, but my people can pray anywhere. If the people of Gaza can continue to pray, why do my people need 200 new mosques right now? Maybe one day that would be great, but right now, the people of Burkina Faso need new hospitals, new schools, new jobs to simply stay alive amid the threats of Western aggression." This exceptional leadership from Ibrahim Traore exemplifies why the West has tried to unalive him at least 16 times now over the past 2 years. The West fears a truly sovereign and brilliant mind and a young leader like Ibrahim Traore who has the capacity to take Africa into a sovereign and free future.
Ibrahim Traore just made a move that's got the world talking. He reportedly turned down Saudi Arabia's offer to build 200 mosques in his country. Instead, he told them to invest in schools, hospitals, and businesses. Now that's a power move. But what's really behind it? Is this about religion, geopolitics, or something even bigger? Let's break it all down. Ibrahim Traore is no ordinary leader. In 2022, at just 34 years old, he became the world's youngest head of state after leading a coup against the previous government. His promise: to fight terrorism, restore security, and break free from neo-colonial influence. And ever since, he's been making bold moves that defy global powers. From expelling French troops to strengthening ties with Russia, Traore has been steering Burkina Faso on a new path, one that prioritizes self-reliance and a rejection of foreign influence that doesn't align with national interests. So is Saudi Arabia's offer generosity or strategy? So why did Saudi Arabia offer to build 200 mosques in Burkina Faso? On the surface, it seems like an act of generosity, helping a fellow Muslim majority country with places of worship. But in geopolitics, nothing is ever that simple. Saudi Arabia has long used religious diplomacy as a soft power tool, funding Islamic institutions across Africa and beyond. This strengthens their ideological influence and builds alliances in a region where other players, like Turkey, Iran, and even China, are also vying for influence. Traore didn't reject Saudi Arabia's offer because he's against Islam. Burkina Faso is a predominantly Muslim country, but his response was crystal clear. We don't need more mosques. We need schools, hospitals, and businesses that create jobs. This speaks to a larger issue. Many African nations have been pushing back against foreign investments that don't directly contribute to economic growth or social development. And Traore is positioning himself as a leader who prioritizes tangible progress over symbolic gestures. Traore's rejection of Saudi Arabia's offer is part of a growing trend in Africa. Leaders across the Sahel region are demanding investments that empower their people, not just maintain foreign influence. It's a clear shift toward economic nationalism and self-determination. We're seeing a new era of African leadership, one that's less willing to accept aid with strings attached and more focused on building sustainable futures. Could this be the start of a new geopolitical alignment? Let me know what you think in the comments. Traore's decision is bigger than just one offer from Saudi Arabia. It's about the future of Africa and how its leaders navigate global power struggles.